That's the need for further supplementaries. Question number 7, David Seymour.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister and reads as follows. Does he stand by his statement in the House last week that because New Zealand superannuation costs are currently less than 5% of GDP and are forecast to rise to 8% of GDP by 2060, this represents a responsible path for overall government spending?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I stand by my statement, which was, quote, we have set out a responsible path for overall government spending so that current settings for New Zealand superannuation are both affordable and fully factored into our long-term forecasts. That is true, as the budget shows. Other parties in this House from time to time want to cut back on super entitlements for older people and spend the money on something else. That's a fiscal choice they should put clearly to the electorate, including Andrew Little and his idea of means testing.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
Doesn't it strike the PM as odd that he is commending OECD fiscal arrangements, given that countries like France, Greece, Italy, Portugal and Spain are all facing a brutal fiscal adjustment that means pushing up the age of eligibility for pensions, increasing pension contribution rates and shifting indexation from a wage to inflation basis? And is that the future we're offering younger New Zealanders?
Mr Speaker.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, no, I think it's about correctly reflecting actually on the current position, which is New Zealand Super currently costs 4.8% of GDP. It's expected to rise to 8% of GDP by 2050. That at the moment, the OECD average at the moment today is 9.5% and is expected to rise to 11.7%. So yes, while the cost of New Zealand Super will rise, Mr Speaker, I think it's affordable and within our projected forecast.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
Does the Prime Minister plan to still be in office in the 2020s when the cost of superannuation to New Zealand taxpayers rises by $1.5 billion every year?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, I certainly hope so, but of course there'll be many elections to run on, and I look forward to working with the member for as long as he's the member for Epsom, which is where I live.
Order. Question number 8.